Welcome, Libra, to your reading. Let's see what general messages Spirit has for you at this point in time. What straight to the point messages does Spirit have for you at this point in time? All right, so you've got the Fool, you've got the Sun, you've got the Nine of Candles. Candles in this are wands. You've got the Ten of Candles, the Page of Castles. Castles are coins. And lastly, you have the Three of Candles. Candles are, again, wands. All right, so the Fool, the Sun, the Nine of Candles, the Ten of Candles, Page of Coins, and the Three of Candles, Three of Wands. From what I'm seeing here, Libra, it looks like you're taking a leap of faith towards a situation that has burdened you, and you're kind of at that breaking point. So I'm seeing you kind of venture off into something new, whether that's a new job, new relationship, maybe you're moving, and it's kind of burdened you because you're like, two stories. One, you either took a leap of faith that you felt would bring you happiness, and instead it didn't work out, and so you're kind of like at a point where you're like done with that leap of faith. So maybe you took a chance on somebody or something, and it brought you nothing but stress and burden, that now you're moving forward and looking at your ships coming in. So the way I see it is if you're that person that took a leap of faith and found temporary happiness, and then at the end of the day were burdened by what came about that situation, you are trying to move yourself to calmer waters, and you will be successful at it. It will take some time, but you're at least finally at the 10 of Candles, 10 of Wands, right? And a lot of people look at the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands as like negative cards, and they can be, but honestly, like, these are good cards. Like, when you get pushed to a point where you're finally ready to make a change, how is that a bad thing? Like, yeah, there's a lot of stress that comes with being in the 9 of Wands, because you're like, man, like, I'm tired of fighting for this. I'm just tired, right? Whatever you're pertaining to. But it's like, that's what creates that last straw, right? Someone looks at you wrong. Someone says the wrong thing. Someone gives you the wrong order. Doesn't matter. You finally snap, and it aligns you. And so that's what's so great about these cards that a lot of people look at from a negative perspective. Now, opposite story. If you are taking a leap of faith because you feel that you're going to find happiness after a situation that has burdened you, whether that be love, family, or a work situation, you are slowly going to start creating a strategy to get there. You're tired of where you're at. You're ready for something new. So you're starting to make a way. You're going to make a way. And it's going to be a rewarding situation for you, in the sense of that now you have something to look forward to, right? Whenever we're in a period of stagnancy, whenever we're kind of doing the same thing and it's mundane, and we finally get to that point where we're tired of dealing with the same day to day, and then all of a sudden you have, let's say you start a hobby and you're like, man, like, I love crocheting, I love painting, whatever. You finally have something to look forward to. And so that's the energy that I'm getting here, is that if you feel like you're in a period of stagnancy and you're tired of being burdened, you're going to take a chance and a leap of faith on something else. And you're actually going to start looking forward to your day-to-day. You're going to start looking forward to what your ships are bringing in for you. Let's see what other messages you have, Libra. Messages do you have for the center, Libra? What messages do you have for the center, Libra? Okay, 4 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, 7 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Wands, the 10 of Wands again, and then the Death card. Some of you have been holding on to a situation that you need to let go of. And some of you have been strategizing a way to see what your options are to get yourself out of a situation that you've been holding on dearly to. This could be a person, place, or thing. And intuitively, you know that you shouldn't involve yourself in this situation any longer. So some of you are looking for something else outside of that, whether that's a strategy, whether that's a new job. Some of you just got out of a relationship, and so now you're looking to see what the best, to kind of look at your options type of thing. Others of you know that you need to let something go, but because you have too many options, not everything that glitters is gold. Some of you are like, I might as well just stay with what I have for the time being. Like, yeah, I don't have peace of mind. Yeah, I don't, I'm not comfortable in this situation anymore. But I'm gonna hold on to it because it's safer. Those of you that keep playing it safe, it's only gonna continue to bother you. But I think that some people, they kind of need to be pushed, right? So that's what I was saying earlier. This is only confirming the first spread, where it's like some of you have to get to that breaking point of the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. Like, it's kind of like, let's say you want to start a diet, right? And you're like, yeah, I really want to lose weight. And you might go to the gym here and there. You might go for a walk. You might watch what you eat. But then you go back to your habits because you're not fully invested in the new journey. But then you're like, 2 months from now, you're like, damn, I gained 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 5 pounds even, right? You're like, man, my weight is going up. It's not going down. Maybe you're the kind of person that needs to get to that point where you are so fed up that it actually warrants and creates change. Some people are like that. They kind of have to see the worst case scenario before they actually take a leap of faith. Other people are like, you know what? I hate the way I look. I'm good. I don't need to gain any more weight. I don't need to be in this relationship any further. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to take a leap of faith. And then no matter what, it works out, right? So the minute that you take a leap of faith on yourself and get yourself out of a situation that you know, because your higher self is telling you, you know that you're not meant to be there, that's when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, okay? And what you're meant for starts to find you because you finally open yourself up to this positive energy, to this, you're essentially giving yourself to the universe, to God, to source, whatever you believe in, to a higher power. And it's allowing you to have positive manifestive energy to the point where no matter what you do, you're going to be successful at it, right? With the six of Wands. I'm tired of looking the way I look. I'm actually going to take my diet seriously, and I'm going to run every day, and I'm going to do this, that, and the other. And then you start to see results because you're finally taking a leap of faith towards what you're meant to be taking a leap of faith. You are meant to be healthier. So that's why you're seeing the results, because you're meant to be. Again, 10 of Wands, right? You got that in the first spread. It's like, at the end of the day, this is just clarifying what I was saying. You had to get to this point. You had to be so burdened that it created a change, right? So you were so burdened because your intuition was like, dude, you need to let that go. Like, you holding on to that too tightly. Like, it's not even that important. Like, here's some options, right? You could walk, you could eat right, you could lift weights, whatever, right? Whatever your goal is, whatever you're trying to get out of, you have options. And once you actually take a leap of faith and do that, you're going to be successful at it. And sure enough, the death, right? Because you put in the 8 of Coins, you put in the hard work, you're able to move forward and find happiness with the Sun. So the way I see it is, if you feel like you are being guided to do something else, to be a different version of yourself, your glow up is here, man. Go for it. You want to lose weight? Time's now. You want to get yourself out of a toxic situation? No time like the present. You will be happier for it, I promise you. Let's see. Let's see if we have any money messages for you, Libra. What money messages do you have for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? What do you got? What messages do you have? All right, so you got the 5 of Wands. You have the Emperor, the 9 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 5 of Coins, And at the bottom, you have the Death. And at the bottom of that, you have the 3 of coins, and then you have the 8 of coins. Okay, so I just see money. Okay, some of you do have money blockages right now. And I think that's because you're in Emperor mode. So some of you have stopped some spending habits that you no longer want to partake in. So some of you have stopped eating out as much. Some of you have stopped drinking as much. You're not just going to stores buying things because you're bored. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not in that habit anymore. You're like, no, this is enough. I'd rather have money. I'd rather focus on my savings. And so because you've done that, you have the 9 of Wands. You're really determined to either save and become the Queen of Wands, right? So you're really determined to have more money. You're determined to buy something. You're just determined to have more stability. So you're taking your money more seriously. Because you're tired of feeling like you don't have enough with the 5 of coins, right? You're tired of feeling like you gotta borrow money, like you don't have enough money. You might have enough money for rent, but then there's some times where you're like, you get so in the moment of what you're spending and what you're doing that you might touch that rent money. So maybe some of you have created new habits and boundaries for yourself when it comes to money, because you found yourself kind of touching money you shouldn't have been touching and putting yourself in situations financially that were not benefiting you. Maybe you were giving out money and now you're not. Maybe, you know, people were borrowing money from you and they weren't paying you back. And so, but yet you still kept lending it to them because you're like, well, you know, they need it and I have it. And so you started making these sob stories, but then it started to affect you. And you were like, finally, you're like, nah, we're good. Sorry, I don't have it. Yeah, no, I got less hours at work, right? So some of you are like either lying to people and telling them like, yeah, you don't have it because they cut back on your hours, or you're being honest with people and you're like, no, actually I'm saving for a house right now. Like I really can't, even if you're not saving for a house, like, you know what I mean? So you're definitely not, you're tightening that money belt as you should. All right, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you. Oh, you know what? For that, let's sigh. Just created a mess. Let me pick that up real quick. Hold on. So before the oracle, I will go ahead and pull you guys a love message. Because how dare I forget about love when it comes to Libra. All right. What messages do you have for the sign of Libra when it comes to love? What messages do you have for the sign of Libra when it comes to love? All right. What do we got? Are there any messages for Libra? Sign, Moon, Rising, Venus? Dang, okay. Okay. Interesting. All right, so you have the Hermit, you have the King of Pentacles, you have the 7 of Cups, again, 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. High Priestess at the bottom of that, in case you happen to want to know. Some of you are not prioritizing love at the moment. Others of you are in a secret connection that nobody knows about. For fear that people are going to come and interfere and you'll end up in the 10 of Swords. So for now, for whatever reason, this could be a taboo situation where maybe you're dating someone that people don't want you to date. Or you could be dating the ex of somebody that you're close to. You could be dating somebody that, let's say you have a friend that has a crush on the person you're dating. Like, it could be that situation. Others of you, you're not really focused on love right now because you're focused on your money, right? So you're taking a pause, you're reflecting, you're by yourself. You're like, okay, I need to make money. I'd rather prioritize money right now. So you're looking at your options for that. If you are currently single and love being single, you're finding a lot of self-love in the reflections in which you are, you're dabbling in or whatever have you, right? if you're looking for ways to make money, right? Whatever you do, you're going to end up loving. Like, you're meant to do it. You're going to have a lot of love for it. It's going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment. And this is all obviously happening because of a breakup, like a 10 of swords, but like whatever the fire was, or the fuel to this fire that you have now, is because this happened. Like, you could have been in a really long-term relationship. You could have been with someone for 10 years. You could have been with someone for 10 months. But the point is that the severity of how long you were in this dynamic, because it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. It might have been an unfair situation where you were giving more and the other person wasn't. I see that being the catalyst to why it is that you're focused on your money and why it is you're going to get exactly what you want when it comes to it. For those of you that are in a secret connection, your thoughts become things, right? If you're scared of telling people about this connection because you're like, I don't want it to end, what we have is really good, people have the capability of coming in and ruining things. For one, why are you giving people that much power to begin with? If a relationship gets broken up because other people have the capacity to break you guys up, then you weren't meant to be together to begin with, right? But I see the Two of Cups here. That is divine counterpart. That is someone that genuinely loves you. You love them. So the fact that you have this fear, you're placing this negative connotation on a beautiful union. And for what? You love this person. And you guys are like looking at each other, right? Because here's the Queen of Cups. Here's the King of Pentacles. The person you're dealing with, or maybe you're the King of Pentacles, they're the Queen of Cups. One of you is very stable, has money. You guys are good. Financially, you guys are good. The other one brings emotional fulfillment. Like, you don't even care that this person has money. This person doesn't even care that you have money. The point is you guys love each other, right? Of all the options, of all the people you could be with, you guys wound up with each other. So don't take it for granted in the sense of feeling like you need to hide it because you're scared that people are going to come in between it. Because it's never smart to base anything you do energetically off of fear, because then that's the result that you're going to get. And being a sign that is about balance, you need to find balance. For those of you that are in a secret connection because you probably shouldn't be with that person, I do see true love. I do see I see, again, you guys chose each other, but again, if you guys are only in it because of the rush that it creates, in the sense of like, a lot of people love the fantasy over the reality, right? Oh, you're my secret and you're my secret lover and this is spicy and this is taboo and that's what you guys are in love with, then yeah, that's going to come to an end. So the only way to know if you're in the right connection with the right person is to put yourselves out there and test that. Because the more that you try to keep it secret, the more that you just create this false reality of it's just he and I, it's just she and I. You're never going to know. Or you will eventually because the universe will find a way. But you're not going to know if you're wasting your time or if you're genuinely investing your time in the right person. So really consider that for those of you in a secret connection. Okay, now let's get to your oracles and I'll send you children on your way. What do we got for the sign of Libra? Okay, we've got animal, water. That keeps coming out for everybody. And let's see, one more spirit. What do we got? Hunger. Some of you guys need to feed your animals. You need to check their water bowls. Something. You need to be more consistent. Because you have animal, water, and hunger. If you don't have the means to take care of your animal, find somebody that does. You can love something so much, but what's love if you're hurting them, if they're hurting? You know what I mean? Animals deserve to be taken care of through simple means of water and food. So those of you that aren't paying a lot of attention to your animals, they want your attention. Others of you, animal, Water and hunger. From what I'm seeing, some of you might have an inkling. Like hunger, I see kind of like an ambition, right? And with water, I see water as intuition and emotion. So some of you may be really, really wanting to venture out or start something that has been really bothering you, and to a point where you're like, and again, it goes back to the same thing. You're being pushed to a point where you're like, I'm so tired of this bothering me. I need to do something. And that's what needs to happen. Okay. So like your message, Libra, clearly today is you need to get to that point, if you're not already there, to make changes, because it's here. Your intuition has been telling you this whole time that something needs to change. And this driving force, this hunger, has not left you yet once since having this first intuitive inkling. Some of you might have a dream for working with animals, veterinarians, maybe some animal rescue. I see some of you going out there and actually feeding stray animals, right? Animals that are hungry, and you're watering them, you're feeding them. It's part of your purpose. If you're that person that's going out there and rescuing animals and feeding them and doing all that, this is part of your life's purpose, your soul's purpose. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, we are a voice for animals. At the end of the day, we are the difference between their survival, and their extinction, right? So let's be advocates where we can, essentially. And you're obviously doing more than your fair share by going out there, and I thank you on behalf of many others who wish that they had the time, for sticking up for little furry friends. So on that note, these are the messages. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one.